Alright, well this is the Saturday before the September update, and I have all of the destroyers filtered here on my ship selection, and I thought it would be interesting to go through some of my favorite destroyers and check out their concealment, because I have all the commanders now set up for double concealment with Swirski and Bey. So let's take a look at what the Shimakaze is before Bey and Swirski are nerfed this coming Monday. So here you can see the Shimakaze with the double concealment is 4.9 kilometers. Let's go in here and look at Tanaka for a while. You can see I do have Bey and Swirski, and all the commanders are set up in a similar way. Let's take a look at the Gearing with Albert Gleaves. 5.2 kilometers, and that is also with the double concealment of Bey and Swirski. So okay. Paulo Emilio, this is actually one of my favorite destroyers now. 5.4 kilometers. The Paulo Emilio, I believe, starts out as a 7-kilometer detection before all the upgrades that you can buy for the ship and the double concealment setup of Bey and Swirski here. So okay. The ZF6, this is also one of my favorites. 5 kilometers, very nice. Z23 is the same. Okay. Fletcher. 5.1, that is really good for an American destroyer. Here's the Orcan, which is Swirski's, one of his 2 ships. 5.1 kilometers. And you can see for Swirski, I had Bey set up, and that is double concealment, as well as Reginald Tyrwhitt. And the thing about the German ships, I guess I should mention this, I have Spee as my commander versus Bey because I like Subsurface Venture, Look at Me Now, Back in Stock, and Smoke on the Water. Bey, if I select Bey, we'll see what he has. You see he doesn't have Subsurface Venture, and that's the one that I really like because it gives you a quicker torpedo reload. So I could do a double concealment still with Bey and Swirski if I use Bey as the German commander, but I am not. So, okay, let's take a look at the Akazuki. This really is probably my favorite Japanese destroyer. 4.8 kilometers, that is awesome for a tier 6. The Kid, which is a terrible concealment. Let's look at what the Kid has with double concealment. 5.1, that is really good. Same thing with the Benson, the Benham, the Leon. 5.3 kilometers. That is not too terrible. The Gaiety is 5.1. Fubaki, let's check out the Fubaki. Alright, 5 kilometers. Those are all pretty respectable, actually. 5.4 kilometers for the Monahan. These guys did not have great concealment, but let's see what they have right now. 6 kilometers, which is sort of terrible. I don't think I have this guy set up for double concealment, so it's not a fair comparison. I do have Bey. I don't really have this guy ranked up much at all, so this isn't a good comparison. T22. 4.7, that is awesome. The lower tier ships, I think, have a greater concealment because they're trying to entice people into playing destroyers. At least that's one of the rumors I heard online. And of course you can believe everything you hear online. 4.5 with the Matsuki, which is awesome. Minikaze 4.7. Farragut 5 kilometers. That is awesome. I remember when I first started with the Farragut, wasn't anywhere near that. So there you see what I started with before Bey and Swirski are nerfed on Monday. So we will check back in on Monday and do part 2 of the video. Well, it is August 30th and it's time to check out the nerfing of Jersey Swirski and Eric Bey. So let's take a look at Swirski real quick. His base trait is now down to 3.4%. It was around 4.4%. I didn't have him maxed out, but that's about what it was. Eric Bey is down to 4.5%. He was 5.5%. So let's see what this does to the double concealment configurations I had with these different destroyers. So let's look at the Shimakaze. Shimakaze was 4.9. It's now 5, so that didn't really do too much. I guess it's a minimal change. Let's look at the Garing. The Garing was 5.2, now it's 5.3. Let's look at the Apollo Emilio, which was 5.4. Now it's 5.5. ZF6, which was 5, still 5. Z23, which was 5, and it's still 5. Okay, let's take a look at the Fletcher. Fletcher was 5.1. It's 5.2. Let's look at the Orcan. The Orcan was 5.1. It's 5.2. Let's look at the Black Sweekia. And yeah, I really don't know how to pronounce that, so that's the best I'm doing at the moment. 5.2. Let's look at the Akazuki, which was 4.8. 4.9. Let's look at the Kid, which was 5.1. It's 5.2. Let's look at the Leon, which was 5.3. Now it's 5.4. And the last one was the Fubaki, which is 5.1. It was 5. So, okay, so the changes after the nerfing was 0.1 kilometers or so. In some cases it didn't change at all. In other cases it changed 0.1 kilometers, so that's not a complete disaster. But you never know unless you check it out. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it.